Are you guys hearing me?
Yes, I'm hearing you, Elijah.
Oh, okay, that's good. Couple, you the host, right? I see that
You
you're muted.
you will have to host adjust your camera. We in mail. You have to adjust your camera. I'm not seeing the top. I'm not okay, brother.
Don't worry.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay, brother. Good evening, everyone. We want to welcome everyone, our listening audience, to our Malnutrition Connection, the first talk show in May, the month of May, and this is a mother month. So on this platform, all the guys will have to give me the whole month,
We give you all the courtesy.
all the
We give you all
courtesy
the
for
courtesy,
this
right?
month of May. I'm the only lady on the show. So want to welcome everybody who've been having some difficulties of our line, but it is settled now. So want to welcome our listening audience to my MLC talk. Today we will have in studio our own senior brother, senior friend, in person of Father Zua, Clarence Zua, who served once as secretary for the National Lutheran Youth Fellowship. And we are discussing our former LYF driver. We all know that it's gone time. We have our former president online appealing for help for Buffalo. Buffalo is not well. So they are to give us updates on where we are now concerning his illness. So would like to welcome everybody. And Elijah has Minnesota.
Oh, well, couple Minnesota is pretty much good. We have a very good weather today. Went to church, had a long meeting. So I just got home not too long and to jump onto this meeting, but we are all doing well over here, and I'm looking forward to this conversation with our own senior brother, Clarence Zoa. Call him a pape. He had two sons in the NLYF, the late Judomo and myself. So that's our pape over there. So glad to be with him on the show today.
Okay. Woody is at the back. Woody is presently in Baltimore. He and Dr. Toto. So they will be at the back today. They went for the fundraiser rally for the Lutheran University, which was held yesterday at Baltimore. So Woody and Dr. Toto will be at the back of the show today. Library internet problem.
Yeah, I think that senior brother
Yeah.
Clarence just went out a little bit, but once he gets back, we will bring
Yeah.
him. We'll
Yeah,
bring
like
him on the show.
on the show. Like I said, we are discussing the illness of Buffalo today. All is about Buffalo. We need your contribution. Buffalo is not well. We need your contribution. We need all of us to contribute in ensuring that he gets a better treatment. Elijah talks about the weather in Minnesota. I'm a testimony to that too. We have a nice weather here today. It's like 30, but then it feels like 20. So you should know how this summer will be. It won't be easy
I
this
know.
summer, yes. To have a perfect weather today.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's good to know because at times it can be easy.
Well,
Uh,
I think we're gonna have a very good May, and I think there are a lot of things to talk about, especially when it comes to the LCA and some other stuff. While
yes.
waiting for Father Zoa to join the shore, um, we were just sorry. I think
It's in the back.
yeah, he's in the background. Oh, he just dropped out of the background. Okay, when he gets back there, I'll bring him forth. Um, I think there are a lot of things to talk about now that the bishop has been in office for 3 years now, and there are things that we have to look at the bishop 3 years in review, and then also I think he got a new assistant now. We need to talk about that. What does that bring to his office as well? I learned that Reverend Pay has been appointed as the new bishop assistant. So, yep. So we may be able to have time to have conversation with Reverend Pay as well, and other things within the LCL. So I think the month of May, and then maybe we have to invite, like we said the last time, we have to invite the school system because there are so many things around the Lutheran University, the formation of the Lutheran University, and things that are happening with the school system. We need to talk about that as well. So we just have so many things to unpack here as we going through this year, and we want to let our listening audience know that we have a lot of things to talk about. But today, our focus going to be on fundraiser for our former youth driver, James Flomo, aka Buffalo. Buffalo, that's how we all called him. A very humble man that served the youth department and the LC diligently. And now that he's ill, we want to pay our respect and play our parts as he stay alive, so that at least we can let him know that even though we are not in connection with his immediate family members, but he also got his Lutheran family here, especially the young people. We want to identify with him. We want to stand with him, and then we want to make sure that we can do whatever we can in our weak ways to support this process.
You
But
check,
couple before
you
we get
checking
to
out
that,
for Father's Wife.
yeah, I am checking. I'm checking. I want to make sure once I see him in the background, I'll bring him forth. Um, I want to just pick your brain on your take on the Just and the LCL Founders Day. What do you think about that?
Okay, like I said the other day when we were all discussing the Founders Day, where
Hmm.
the former national president gave us an update for the convention. So, like I said the other day, I started the bishop's report, but I did not complete it. Yes,
Hmm.
and since then I haven't had the time to go back to it. And I followed the service too. But I think it was okay. The attendance were okay. The pastors were in attendance. The lay people were in attendance. Yeah, like I spoke with my pastor and I, we chatted when he was in Banga. Yeah, so I think it was good because we did not hear any negative thing from there. I don't understand to be corrected, but I think they had a nice stand there.
But in
Yeah.
your mind, when they say couple, when they say the LCS Founders Day, usually as compared to what was going on in Banga this year, when we talk about the Founders Day, it's almost like that of our celebration. I know we've had like big rallies and things that celebrating our
Projects, yeah, projects
achievements and things over the year.
to
Yeah. So,
present. Yeah.
you know, I think about, in how much as maybe the aim and the objective that they went for, maybe it was achieved some way, somehow. But I take a back on the venue. Are you there, couple? Ladies and gentlemen, I think we having some little bit of a technical problem here. I see that couple just went muted. Couple, are you there? Willie, are you guys there? Now, I don't want to be hanging here talking about myself, but ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have a good show today as we are facing all of our technical problems. We still hoping for Clarence Zua or Sis Detta Gaylord to join us to have this conversation in advocating for football floor. And once we have, okay, now we got Father Zoa is back. Yeah, we worry about you. We want to welcome you to the show, Father Zoa. We'll worry a little bit about the internet situation that you just dropped off, but glad that you are back. Uh, Now that you are back, can we just gonna go into it? But before we go into Buffalo situation, Father Zoa, the LCO just celebrated her 165th birth anniversary, and I'm sure you were at that anniversary celebration. What do you say about what happened in Bronx County, specifically at St. Mark's Lutheran Church? Is this what we expected of the 165th anniversary? What was the takeaway from your perspective?
Well, unfortunately, I was not a part. I did not attend the Founders Day. I was bereaved. I lost a cousin of mine. So his funeral was on Friday. So I couldn't make it to Banga. Yes. So, but I think they had a wonderful time in Banga.
Okay.
Okay, like Elijah. Before moving forward, I had the problem with my lunch just now concerning the funnels there in St. Louis at St. Louis. They're going weekend. Like you said, what was our expectation? What did we expect when it comes to the funnels day of LCL? That was more like I don't know because Bishop reported because what I noticed the first time I ever observed a funnels day, I think it was LCI at 50. I think LCI at 50. I said a funnels day or it was set up. Yeah, I think it was used as a funnels day, right? And then there were a lot of projects that were presented. There were a lot of things going on. Yeah. So at Banga, I don't know what are those major or it was just an update reporting from the bishop's office. The treasurer, I don't know whether it was in full, but like I said, I did not follow the whole program at St. Mark's, St. Luke's. I didn't follow it. Yeah, but what I think it was more like a convention where people was reporting. Probably since we expected this and we did not see it, so I don't know. Um,
Well, for me, I think from what I follow online on ITV, looking at the LCO 165th anniversary celebration, for me, it was more of like a retreat. The LCO was not celebrating at this convention or this final day. What they were doing was more like a retreat. From what I saw, like the bishop was managing everything and just asking people for way forward, where what can we do as a church. And, it was just like in a in a format that that is not in a celebratory spirit. And one of my disappointments about the whole venue of the convention is that we were celebrating 65th birth anniversary. Why did the church, the LC as a whole, why they have to go and sit in the unfinished church building to celebrate this milestone? So for me, the venue was a serious problem. I think it would have been better to just use the St. Matthew edifice than to put people outside in the hot sun in an unfinished building. And when you have a Lutheran who is serving as the superintendent for Bone County, and you could have access to the administrative building right in Banga near St. Mark's there, and use
mhm.
the auditorium that is very much large enough to host us all. And but I don't know what was the rationale in using the unfinished building. At some point in time, the rain came, people ran and went into the church building, and then the sun came, it started blazing at people. You know how hard Liberia is, and then having people under the top what a TP, a tarpaulin. For me, that was just the downside. I don't know why were they doing that, but I don't think it was the right thing to do. But again, maybe the bishop had his reason why he put everybody in the sun. Maybe he wanted people to know that the church is ready broke. They gave it rent the hall.
No, they couldn't
They gave
rent.
it rent the hall. They gave even rent the hall to celebrate the 165th birth anniversary of the church. So yeah, but on the overall, I think there's more to say to this when we invite the bishop. I think there's a need to invite the bishop and then just go over his 3 years in review, and so he can outline some of his achievements and stuff like that, so that the water church can understand. People who are listening to my Lutheran connection can get to know what's going on in the LC as a whole.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's a good one. You talk about the administrative building, and you mentioned the issue of costs. I think that was what they were shying away from because, in much as the superintendent is a Lutheran, they won't give the hall free. You will have to pay something, but I don't know whether there were any attempt in doing that. So to know that, okay, we want to use the hall. Okay, superintendent solution. Can we want to use the hall? So but I don't know whether they even made an attempt to apply for using the hall, but I guess no, because they felt that they have the huge structure and they will have the conversion out there, but they did not take into consideration that this is a rainy season. It rains and the sun comes, so it will
Yeah,
be a complete distraction where the bishop is reporting
it was a
and the rain
distraction,
and the
couple.
rain comes and you see everybody throwing a chair running in the church and you know you go inside everybody
Yeah,
coming also a big distraction. So I don't think the
it was a
committee
big
did well when it
distraction.
comes to that, the venue. Yeah, they should have thought on the rain and find an alternative or use the administrative building and have an alternative the other way around. But probably they did not consider that. Yes, because of course. Another thing again, when they set up the committee has a budget to work with, provided the budget was was catered to or was met. Whether if the budget was 10,000 out of 5,000, whether it was met, and I doubt it because LCSI is struggling when it comes to finance. So I think that was one of the things they decided to use the CIMAX unfinished edifice. But I don't know whether the delegates would have fitted in the main church that they're using now for worship, or that place was so small for them, or what that they use the outside and where when rain come and meet them, sun come and meet them. But
Yeah,
anyway, at the end of the day, the Founders Day was held. It was completed, and everybody went back to Monrovia. Like you said, the bishop, I think the last Sunday, the bishop will meet the bishop. So we would just need to go back to ITV, maybe and
mhm,
just listen to his report, especially for those of
mhm.
us who did not complete it. Listen to the report and just get it insights for it and see how best we can count on that when the bishop comes to studio on the last Sunday in this month.
Yeah, I'm trying to see whether we can get Father Zua
Online, yes, at least
on the
because
phone.
it's 3:30.
Uh, yeah, it's 3:30 now. I'm trying to see whether we can get him online to just give us an update, or maybe I can call Sis Daddy as well.
Okay.
To do that for us because I don't have I'm checking my phone. I can see Father's so I'm number. Yeah. So yeah, I just sent that a test and see if I can call her. But like we are saying, couple, what do you make up while we are still trying to get Clarence to get on online and that says Daddy. What do you make of the new the new pick for BA, Raven Pay? What?
I, I'm shocked when you said we have a new BA in person of Thomas Nabe.
Mm-hmm.
First, I think I saw Reverend Maggie long right out in the chat
Yeah,
room, Malotrin. Yeah, if I say he share it on all of the platform
mm-hmm.
concerning his resignation. First, he had been writing anyway. He had been writing a lot of issue, injustice, and finally, at the end of the day, we saw his letter of resignation.
Mm-hmm.
So all the right, it was like leading to something. And now this
Mm-hmm.
is the new big Thomas Epe. Right? For me, I have worked with Epe. Yes, he's not bad. He's not,
Okay.
but I don't know. With the level of friendship between he and the bishop, I don't know whether he will be able to stand up to the bishop. He's saying that, oh, this is not done the right way. This is not this. This is not good. Can we do it this way? And
Mm-hmm.
in response to him, whether the bishop would even take him, quote unquote, serious, because this is a guy who we have been friendly from time that we know each other. See, we can say see, we know everything about each other. And he's my BA. What does he have to tell me? What will I take him serious or will he take me serious? So I don't know. From my end, I think he should have picked someone else. He should have picked someone else as a BA instead of Thomas Epe. But anyway, let's see how it will all come out to be. How diligently he will work in ensuring that the bishop's office it is up to date. It is those things that people complain of. Whether he will help talking to the bishop or serving as a realist when it comes to those issues. That's my take on the pick.
I think that's a genuine concern, given the friendship with Reverend Pay and that of Reverend Bishop Parkmore. If he gonna serve as a real advisor to the bishop and direct the bishop in the ways that he should go. But with that, we would leave that conversation right there for another day. We have
Mhm.
Father Zua on the phone. He cannot get online. We having a problem with the line. But Father Zoa, the main reason we are here today, we want to welcome you back to the show again.
Thank you ever so much.
You were in flight when you got off the show, but we're going to pause the conversation about the LCL Funders Day and then go directly into the issue of Buffalo. I know I was in Liberia recently, and then you hinted me about his illness, and then recently his sister came out and raised the alarm that he has to go to the hospital and things like that. Can you just give us an update of what was going on? Because we all know that he lives with you, so can you just give us an overview of what's going on here right now?
Okay, thank you ever so much. First of all, I want to thank all of you guys for the effort in bringing workload issues to light. I especially want to thank this brother. When I met you, I think a couple of weeks ago, like a couple of weeks ago, and yeah, I'm hearing you.
Hmm. Go ahead. Go ahead, Father Zoa. Hello.
Is that WhatsApp call?
Yeah, that was a WhatsApp call and he just went off again. I'm gonna try to call him back again and see what's going on. We have a serious
Be
problem with it.
completed at this time. Please add another Pico.
Did
Oh, you know what? I was calling him direct. I thought I
direct
was calling
so the money?
WhatsApp. I don't know why they. Oh my gosh! But I did a WhatsApp.
Did they respond to the message you sent her?
No, no, no. She didn't. She didn't. Oh, I think he has to accept me on WhatsApp in order to get on a call.
Is
Um,
is he on WhatsApp?
he is. I don't know whether he's on WhatsApp, but I just kind of call him directly. I thought I was calling him on WhatsApp, not knowing that I was calling him direct, and then the money on my phone ran out. So let me see. Let me try another method here and see if I can get him. We're just gonna burn some money here.
Your plan will expire in 1 day.
Yeah. Yeah, Liberia and technology is a whole big thing
I
here.
know it's a serious issue, a
Hey,
very
Madazua,
serious issue.
yeah, you can go ahead. I know I'm kind of calling you direct, so the money finish on the phone.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, so Flo has actually been sick. Uh, when I got in touch with Sister, she was able to spend some money. First thing she told me was to take Flo at the hospital.
Hmm.
So I took Flo at the hospital. So initially we went to SOS, and then from there we went to German clinic, and then later I had to take him to the 14 military hospital,
Okay.
uh, where they administered a lot of tests, series of tests. They did his kidney test, they did his HIV, the syphilis test, uh, they did a lot of tests. And he came down. What he told me was that he had a problem with his heart. It's like his heart is it's failing completely. Uh, yeah, so uh, they put him on a month treatment. They said if he would live for some time, he will have to be on that treatment. So some part of last week, I think that along with Kopo and some of you guys were able to get the initial treatment where I purchased the drugs, and he's currently on the drugs. But I want to tell you that Buffalo is improving
Praise
because of
God.
our- his feet that was swelling up, his face, everything. The initial treatment is responding to treatment. Out of his feet, the swelling have gone down. Even his face is now moving above, eating regularly. And I just want to pray for you guys. And let us continue to keep Buffalo in mind. Let us get Buffalo because Buffalo thanks all of us in the
Yeah.
NYS. You know, his condition is pathetic. We know the story. I don't think Buffalo has a family in Nigeria. He had a daughter, but I tried talking to that girl since I talked to her concerning her father's illness. For each time I talk to her, she would say, I'm coming. I'm coming. For the past 1.5 months, I've not been able to see the daughter. So my wife and I, we are doing almost everything for Buffalo. Finding him food to eat, taking care of him. But at least we thank God that he's responding to treatment.
So Father Zua, now you said that he's on a month treatment. Is it a month-to-month treatment? Because I know it says that I reported that the doctor requested that he takes the medication every like he get a monthly dose, and like a dose of the medication is the $175 $70. So it means that after this he runs out of this dose. We need to buy the next dose until he can fully recover for what he's going through. Is that correct?
Yeah, exactly. So right after the first month treatment, I'm going to take him again for another checkup. Then from there we can begin from there. But I was told that he will actually need a monthly treatment until he can fully recover.
Okay.
Okay. So,
Okay. Thank you so much, Father Zwa. You talk about Buffalo daughter. Is she in Liberia or she's out of the country?
She's in Liberia. She's in the Caldwell Belt, but I'm hoping that when he tries moving around, I'm hoping that he will take me there so that I can be able to actually interact with the girl. I think this girl should know that girl because they live together for some time. This
Okay.
buffalo, yeah, he used to live around that Swallow Island or the Bubble Island around that Steven Tower area.
Steering Tobert. Okay.
Yeah.
Francois, my question to you would be: I know that Buffalo served the youth department and also served the LCR, and then that of the women department, and then the Bishop Emeritus Jensen's wife as well. So, since he took illness, have you guys been able to formally inform the LCR about his situation and all these people he served besides the youth?
Not really. I have not been able to actually make a formal communication to the LCL. I think there are a lot of people that have been calling me, calling Buffalo, uh, since since they had decided to publicize it and the rest of it. So there are a lot of calls I've been receiving, and Buffalo who have been receiving a lot of calls. Just this afternoon, the former national president, women president,
Adosha Star.
yes, called Buffalo this afternoon to check on him. Even the former president emeritus of the National LYF, Brother Jerome Jara, also called him the other time to check on him. There are a lot of calls that have been coming, but
Okay.
we all need to just rally around so that we can be able to keep Buffalo around for some time until God can cause.
Couple, do you have any other question?
Yeah. Okay, you talked the last time we talked about Buffalo on the show. We appeal to people for contribution. Yeah, and we call on people who Buffalo have served to come in and see how best they can give a little in responding to his illness. So I don't know, up to now, have anybody reached out when it comes to contribution, or it just call to find out how he's coming on in Yamasha. It works too, it helps, but what's about the contribution aspect?
From my end, I have not received any contribution from my end. Just call to check on him, ask me how he's coming on and the rest of it. But I've not really received any contribution from my end.
Yeah, and I think
I met Director Bregman sometime last week at the bank, but he was on his way back to the U.S. And he said to me, he actually wanted to visit him, but I was at work. I just gone to the bank to do some transaction. So he told me that when he gets to the U.S., he was going to get back to us.
Oh, yeah, I see. Dede and I were trying to establish contact with Director Boyman, but then his line was just ringing and going through, not knowing that he was already in Liberia. Oh, that's good to that's good to know. And a couple just for information, I also spoke with Dede, and then she said that there has been no money coming to her yet since we posted the information online. So we are hoping and praying that people can see the need to help Buffalo. Um, yeah. Well, Father Zoa, since I'm calling you direct, we're not gonna have you on the line for a long time. Do you have any final word, and what would be your motivation for people who are listening, and what would you want to do immediately for Buffalo?
My final word is especially to all of us that work along with Buffalo, including those in central administration, to actually come to the aid of Buffalo. Buffalo is actually in need. He needs our help at this time. So we just all need to find means of helping Buffalo. That's my final word. And thank all of you guys for the effort.
We appreciate your coming tonight, taking up the time to be up late to talk about this. This is very much important to us. As we all know, that Buffalo was very diligent in his duties as a driver for the LCL and that of the young people. He drove us on many bad roads. Some, like I remember the trip going down to Bel Air Forest with a Jeep. You know that trip, yeah. Yeah, it was one of those trips that, yeah, we all came out of like saying that God took us down there and brought us back. So at this time, I think it's just good that we show up for him and support him in any ways, by any means possible we can, in order to just identify with him. But Father Zoa, thank you very much for joining us. We will keep in contact with you. Maybe invite you again later sometime to give it an update when blood flow improves.
Thank you very much. Thank you for the invite.
You're welcome.
Extend our thanks to your wife for all the effort, all the food she cooking for Buffalo. I want to say thank you again for the effort. Yeah, please don't give up. Yeah, we hope and pray that people will be touched to contribute toward Buffalo illness. Please don't give up.
Not at all. Thank you ever so much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Father
Okay.
Zoa. Have a good night.
You too.
Yeah, right, bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Well, couple, you see, these are some of the things that we talk about. When people are healthy and pass it around, they don't get in the faces of people. You know that they are there, and and talking about a person like Buffalo who served the LCL so diligently from the central administration to the youth department. I think this is SOS call for all of us to just do what we can do
Okay.
deep, deep in our pockets. If it is $5, $10, $15,
Yeah.
just we got check on my Facebook page, check on couple Facebook's page, check on Sis Data Facebook page, and just check on my Lucha Connection. We got the information there, the payment informations are there. Just pay, just contribute as much as possible that whatever little you can. And so we don't have to hold everybody's feet to the fire. Giving is something that you can force people
You
to
cannot
do.
force.
You
Yeah.
gotta be moved by the passion to do it. That this is another person's life we are talking about here. A person that we all knew very well. We know how he worked with us and how diligent he was. So his as during this time of his illness, I think we just need to do the needful and identify with him and let him know that we too are here. We see him and we identify with him.
Another thing Falazua spoke about was the issue of his recovery.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, so it's like the fact that he's on his medication, there is some hope for him to still
Mm-hmm.
live. On the
Mm-hmm.
on the contrary, why if people had not come in faster by now, it's like we are saying different thing else concerning Buffalo. Then Buffalo has become the lead rest in peace. Then we come on the show and say, oh, Buffalo is there. We want to bury Buffalo. We need this. But now we have had a huge amount because we
Mm-hmm.
talk
Yeah.
about burial. Yeah, so
Mm-hmm.
everybody will want to come out to show themselves that, oh, this is why I have to give to Buffalo. But now God has blessed Buffalo, give him the second chance to live again. Why can't we come
Mm-hmm.
up with the little amount that we have and contribute towards his illness, especially where
Mm-hmm.
he's recovering? Other people, you go to the hospital, they cannot diagnose anything. They will just be spending money doing giving medication and no improvement. But at least for him, he's improving in his health. The only thing that is needed is the finance to purchase the drugs and for him to be taking his drugs on a regular basis. So, like Elijah said, we come again, we are appealing to everybody. Buffalo serve all of us. Buffalo serve all in the youth. When I joined the women department, I met Buffalo. He drove for the former president. Yes, so to the young people, we should all try at least to contribute, even if we give a dollar. Yeah, 100 Liberian dollar. If 20 youth get 100 la brenada, la plenty money. Yeah,
Yeah,
let's put our
a lot
hands in
of money.
our
Yeah,
pocket, please, and our
yeah.
efforts.
I
Come
think we need to
in,
even
help.
call the national
Yes.
president. The
Yeah,
national
the national president, if
president.
you're listening, you can come on, please. You can
Yeah,
log on or you can place a call, or we call the national president. Let him come and tell us from his end what's going on there.
yeah. Maybe
Yeah.
he might say he doesn't know, but I know we put the information out there for Buffalo. Today we're not talking a lot of stuff about the LCL. I think the issue of Buffalo is very much critical, and that's a major topic to talk about today. I know that we have a whole lot to unpack this month when it comes to the LCL. We are looking to invite some key stakeholders to this platform to come and answer some of the questions that we have. But today we are focusing on James Flobo, aka Buffalo. He was the youth director. He's retired now from the LCL, and
Youth
now
trial.
uh,
Yes.
youth driver and
Trial.
director. He used to be directing the car, though. Yeah. So he used to be our driver, and he took us on so many bad roads, bad terrains we went through with Buffalo. And today, some of the trauma from those events now catching up with him. He's struggling for his health. I think it's about time that we can show up and identify with him. During our leadership, Buffalo, I know we honor him. He really used to love working with us, and it was fun being with him as well. So, it breaks my heart to see when I saw his picture, the X-ray picture. I saw it. It really breaks my heart to see him in that condition. But again, we can just do so much from afar. But I like to encourage the national president if he's listening. Maybe I might take upon myself during this week and try to reach to him personally, and maybe motivate him to take some steps forward. Maybe if you guys can even go visit Buffalo,
Yeah.
just pay a visit to the
Just a
house.
visit. Yeah.
Yeah, just pay a visit there. Just tell him that the young people we're here, we're looking up to him. We're looking out for him. If each of you, man, maybe 10, 15, 20 people put just 100 Liberian dollar together, a little price, just take it to him and just let him know that he has a family in the Lutheran church.
Yeah.
That would be really cool for you guys to do. And, I know we're not going to stay on here. We might be closing down the show very soon. Couple, what else you got?
Yeah, yeah, and Elijah, another thing again about Buffalo is his situation is so pathetic when it comes to his family members. Yeah, it's like he doesn't have anybody in Liberia. The daughter that he has,
Mm-hmm.
she's not showing after all of the calls, she's not showing any concern. So it's like having child, and the child she doesn't care. It's like he alone just there. You sick
Couple,
and you don't have any family around, that alone can even take you soon. Yeah.
mm-hmm.
And when
No,
you
couple for
sick,
me,
that's when you
yeah,
really want to see people around you.
that's
But
true, yeah.
not seeing them, then it becomes so sorrowful. You feel
Mm.
sorry for yourself. Someone may say, "Oh, but what he did to his daughter, why she's not around?" For God heaven's sake, he said, "Father, things happen." Assuming that things happen, and now he's in this condition. So, what can you do? You will not hold things against him for. You just have to let it go and see how best you can reunite with your father. Um,
Uh, Couple, for me, the daughter situation, this I think it's kind of critical to take or to think about her behavior. For me, I can look at it from two aspects. Like maybe that's one you saying, oh, she doesn't want to show up. She neglecting the father. Another thing might be they say, oh, your father say the first thing that comes to mind is money, right? And people are living in so much extreme poverty situation, and if that daughter is not financially equipped, she doesn't want to show up. And then they say, oh, you got to take your father because your father is sick. So she's looking at all of the economical situation that and the financial burden that comes with the father's illness. So she just look, maybe I'm just kind of speculating.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah, it could be she looking at all those things and say, you know what? I don't know what I want to show up over there. I don't have money to take into hospital. Like you understand the situation. Daddy have to tell them, you take Buffalo to the hospital so we can know what's going on with him. So you can just imagine how long he has been lying onto the house, not seeking medical attention. So if this started happening and we got the information as early enough, maybe Buffalo would have been better by now. But he was lying down to the hospital and they say when Father Zoa told me that Buffalo sick, I was like, what's going on with him? And he couldn't really tell me exactly what was going on. And at the time, like I was in preparation of just coming back and I just told him that we're gonna talk about it. So when sis did it, then told me that, oh, I have to tell them to go to the hospital. And and that's when they diagnosed him with the issue of the heart. So I like to encourage people when you're sick, you go to hospital. In Africa, we quite to put things on waist strap. Like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, the waist strap doing the
And it's
wish me this.
grease.
Yeah, if you don't go to the hospital, you will not know exactly what's
Thank you.
happening with you. You will lie and say the wish riding behind you, the people wish you, they wish
Mm-hmm.
you.
Sure.
But maybe you are your own witchcraft because you got sick and you did not go to the hospital to seek medical attention. It's always good for you to seek medical attention when you are not feeling well. So I'm glad that Father Zua is there, a person who also worked along with Buffalo for a long time. So it's good that he's there and looking after him. Kudos to he and his wife. And I hope that we all can just do our part, to complement the effort of Father Zoa and his wife. To not make situations seem like we leaving it all on him. I think he has been doing really well by accommodating him all these years and knowing full well that we don't have a connection with Buffalo immediate family members. Nobody knows exactly where they are. So for now, I think we are the only families that he's looking up to now, as Lutherans. So we have to really show up for him because if for any reason something that should happen to Buffalo today, it's gonna be on us again looking for money to see how best we can bury him because we don't know his family members. And it is a sad situation, and I hope that we can show up, use the various mediums that we've put out there to help raise the money for him and reach out to him. If you're in Liberia, you're former NLYFC and friends, you guys make your way and go find Buffalo and just say sorry to him. And I think that would make a difference.
Yeah. Yeah. Elijah, can we recognize our guests before saying one or two to leave?
So I think we don't have a lot of people here today. We got Sis Patient who has been watching, and I got okay, let's just show on stage. Okay, yeah, you seen that couple?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Sis Patient has been watching. I want to say Sis Patient, how you doing today? Sis Christina Bangba, my former leader of the, I don't know her position in the women department right now. She's also watching us. She said, "Thank you all." Oh. I gotta read what she said. Sorry. She said, "Thank you all for Buffalo. He served many departments as well as already. I'm hearing of his condition. Okay, that's wonderful. Thank you, Sis Grace. Um, okay. I think so far so good. I'm not looking on Facebook, so if anybody else, we just want to say, all of you who are watching, we appreciate you being on the show. Willie today is in Willie and Dr. Toto. They are not on the show today. They are out there in Baltimore, Maryland. They went there for the Aliyah, the Lutheran University. Aliyah was launching the Lutheran University Endowment Fund, and that program was held in Baltimore, Maryland. So Willie and Dr. Toto they went over there to attend that event. So they'll be making their way back home today. So today it has been Capote and I just bringing the story of Buffalo to you all today. And we promise that next Sunday it's gonna be a power pack one because we got
Yeah,
some
too.
real things to talk about next
Um,
Sunday. And we hope and pray that we'll be able to see all of you guys next Sunday. So, couple, what's your final word?
yes, well, we just want to say thank you to Mr. and Mrs. Sua for accepting Buffalo in the first place because you must be the person with a heart to accept a sick person because number one, you are not hoping on anything. So what if something happened to that person? Then everything it falls on you as the host. So in the first place,
Mm-hmm.
we want to tell him thank you, he and his wife, to Sister and all other who are making it possible in generating funding for his illness. We just want to say thank you to everybody. And we're still counting on the young people, like Elijah said, Mr. President, you will need to gather your team. You may say, oh, but Buffalo did not drive for us. Yeah, he didn't drive for you. Yeah, we are leadership, but he drove for LIF, and those people work, and that is why you are there today based on what people did in the past. That is what you are there today to continue the process. So please, please gather your code of officers and you just take a visit to see Buffalo and see how best the young people can show songs of gratitude to our former youth driver. Yeah, once again, want to say thank you, Elijah, for being on the show. Like Elijah said, Woody and Tata Toto, they had a busy weekend in Baltimore for the LUF fundraiser, and I hope it went well. We will have to get the team back to tell us what because the seating was 25,000. Whether that 25,000 was raised for the dinner from the sales of tickets, whether they raised the 25,000. So we will need a feedback from the committee. I guess it was successful anyway. So just want to tell everybody, thank you. We still need your contribution for ball flow. The number we will, I think Elijah, we need to send the number in the chat room. Maluchin connection. We need to send
Yeah,
it to
it's on
LC Moravia
yeah.
district, which I need to place it everywhere. So your
Yeah, I think you need to put
$1,
that.
your $2, your $5, your
Mhm.
$10, it comes. It will help uh to purchase Buffalo monthly medication. Please,
Yeah,
everyone, we are appealing to you. And thank you all to our listening audience for the time being on the show. Thank you so much.
thank you all, and we see you next Sunday.
Next Sunday.